in your own time, gentlemen.
Must be something big if the General's here.
You have a brother in the 2nd Battalion.
Yes, sir.
They're walking into a trap. Your orders are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning's attack. If you fail, it will be a massacre.
We've got orders to cross here.
That is the German front line.
If we're not clever about this, no one will get to your brother.
I will.
The whole thing's coming down! Come on! Can't see! I can't see! Trust me!
There is only one way this ends. Last man standing.
I'm going back to see my father.
We need to keep moving! Come on!
I'm going back.
We can't possibly make it that way, man! You bloody insane! Why in God's name did you have to choose me?
Stay, please.
No!
If you don't get there in time, we will lose 1,600 men. Your brother among them. Good luck.
This is my review for 1917. Well, let me fix my camera. Okay, yeah. It's directed by Sam Mendes, who he directed American Beauty, which I think he won an Oscar for. Jarhead, Spectre and Skyfall, the 007 movies. And he directed 1917, which is about two Lance Corporals who are enlisted to go to a battalion. They have to go, I think, 9 miles or 10 miles to a battalion who is about to attack the, I think, Germans, right? Yeah. Attack the German army. And what happens is they have to get to them before they start the attack, because the attack was strategic retreat by the Germans and it's actually an ambush. And they have to get there to let them know, like, hey, don't do it, because they're going to lose 1,600 men if they do attack. One of the two Lance Corporals, who is Blake, his brother's actually in that battalion that's going over there. I think he's a lieutenant in the first wave. The movie has a bunch of different people in it. Colin Firth is in it, Pip Carter, Daniel Mays, Andy Apollo. We have Benedict Cumberbatch, Mark Strong. Mark Strong is amazing. Oh man, I love seeing Mark Strong in any movie. And we also have, what is the other guy? I know Benedict Cumberbatch is in here, but there's another guy. There's another guy that looks super. Oh, Richard Madden. He's from Game of Thrones. So he was in here as well. The two Lance Corporals are played by Dean Charles Chapman and George McKay. And George McKay plays Schofield and Dean Charles Chapman plays Blake. So the movie itself, mainly what happens is it starts off with them two. It's more of a, I don't think it was a one shot, but he wanted to make it look like it was a one shot. This is definitely one of those movies where they're like, you need to watch and pay attention. I saw it in a normal theater because it was only at one theater when I saw it. It was at the Cinemark that's next to the Cinemark headquarters, which is one of my favorite theaters. The theater's huge, but it wasn't like, I didn't see it in like IMAX or Dolby or anything. So I'm going to try to see it in one of those formats because it's definitely a movie that you should see in one of those formats. Like Midway. I saw Midway in Dolby, and I know it wouldn't have been as spectacular if I saw it in a normal theater. So I'm going to see 1917 again in a higher format. But the movie follows them on their journey. There's some unexpected stuff that happens that I didn't expect to happen. I kind of thought this movie was going to go the way it went, but it was interesting. It was very stressful because you didn't know what was going to happen next. It kind of felt like if you ever sat there and watched all the cutscenes to a video game but didn't play the game, like you just watched all the cutscenes to see what happened because you didn't feel like spending the time to play it. That's kind of how it felt. It put you in both characters' shoes. You were experiencing what they were experiencing, and that stress was on you because you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? It's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I just feel that what it was lacking to push it over the top was that emotion. There was some emotion lacking in the movie. I didn't care as much for them as I did. One of the guys, I cared more for him towards the end because of some information that you found out. But that was about it. Like, I didn't care too much during the movie. There was like one part that was kind of sad, but it wasn't like, the emotion didn't capture me like I felt this type of movie would. Like, you're like, oh man, this is woof, woof. But the stress is there. You're stressed the whole time. You're like, oh, what's gonna happen to these guys? We're only following these two guys. Like, there's other people in the mix, but you're mainly following them, and you're seeing it through their eyes and experiencing it through them. But the movie itself, it was good. I can see why it's up for awards. Personally, for the Golden Globes, Best Picture, and personally for like the Oscars, I feel that Parasite is definitely the best movie out of all the movies to come out in the last year or so. Parasite was hands down a masterpiece. That movie deserves all the awards you can give it. But 1917 is definitely up there. I'd say it's up there in how good it was. It's just, if it wasn't I'd put it over the top if it wasn't lacking the emotion. No, I wouldn't. Parasite's just it's too layered. But 1917, that's the only ding I have for it. It was just lacking that emotion that would capture me to make me care more. But it was a very interesting movie. It kept me glued to the screen to see what was going to happen, and I enjoyed it. You should definitely see it. Check it out. Especially, this is from someone, I feel it's great, and I don't really care for war movies. I'm not a big war movie or war video game person. So, coming from me, saying it's great, you should definitely check it out, especially if you like war movies. But thank you guys so much for your continued time and your support. Don't forget to like, dislike, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it.